Good morning, student. Welcome in the science video. Today I have uploaded question answers of lesson number 2 and 3rd. I hope you will be properly write in your notebook, and I will also give assignment on the app at noon. Afternoon को उसको देखना है आपको. So you will check app for the study material and assignment. और एक बात आपको बोलनी है कि your FA exam will be coming soon. So FA portion consists 3 lesson, first, second or third. What is the name of first lesson? First lesson food, second lesson components of food, then third lesson separation of substances, cleaning and food. Student, I hope you will prepare all lesson and be ready, and you must be ready to give exams. तो ये आपको थोड़ी कुछ information देनी थी because of about FA1 exams. तो now we are going to our topic. जो रिमेनिंग टॉपिक रह गया था सेपरेशन ऑफ सब्सटेंसेस, क्लीनिंग, फूड, लास्ट पोर्शन चालू है. Our third lesson name is separation of substances and cleaning of food. In this lesson we have complete our lesson, but some point is remaining. So in this lesson we learn about the threshing. There are 3 types of threshing. First is normal threshing, means after the harvesting stock of crops just like a wheat and rice are beaten on rock, on any other hard surface also, and this separate the grains and stalks. Then in the second method, separation means threshing. Crop is trading the crop with animal. Then in the third machine means thresher is also used. In this method tractor threshing is also used. Okay, these are the threshing. Then next method is winnowing. What is the difference in the winnowing? Winnowing is the process, means after the separation the grains from stalks, the next steps is remove the covering of grains, small pieces of stems, leaves and जो भी होता है उसको हमको निकालना रहता है. The process by which the chaff is cleaned from the grains is called winnowing. What is winnowing? I repeat again. The process by which the chaff is cleaned from the grain is called winnowing, and this is it is carried out with the help of wind, और wind के थ्रू वो किया जाता है. And it is the main principle of the winnowing is, क्या भी principle हो सकता है कि this method is based on the property that lighter solid materials can be easily separate from heavy solid particles and in the presence of blowing air. means जो इसकी मेन प्रिंसिपल ये है कि जो लाइटर सॉलिड पार्टिकल होता है वो इजीली उससे जो हेवियर लाइट सॉलिड पार्टिकल्स है उसके अलग किया जाता है विद द हेल्प ऑफ ब्लोइंग एयर. एंड दिस इज वेरी old methods of separating the grains from the chaff to collect कैन यूज एज अ फोडर फॉर एनिमल्स। मीन जो भी कचरा होता है लेकिन वो भी वेस्ट नहीं होता, वो भी यूज़ किया जाता है और इट इज़ कॉल्ड अ फोडर ऑफ एनिमल्स। देन दिस इज नेक्स्ट सेकेंड जो मेथड होती है हैंड पिकिंग। हम जो मेथड हमारे घर में भी हम यूज़ करते हैं, ग्रेन से स्टोन निकालते हैं, जो भी स्टोन होते हैं। इट इज़ अनवांटेड सब्सटेंस सच एज पीस ऑफ स्टोव इन राइस और दाल आर सेपरेट बाय हैंड पिकिंग। इसकी जो मेथड्स होती हैं, इट इज़ एक मेन है कि इट इज़ कब पॉसिबल होगा ये ऐसा करना हैंड पिकिंग, व्हेन दे आर इन द स्मॉल क्वांटिटी एंड रिलेटिवली लार्जर इन साइज। अगर वो उसमें कम, उसकी जो क्वांटिटी हो वो कम हो, ज़्यादा ना हो, और रिलेटिवली लार्जर इन साइज, थोड़ा जो भी मटेरियल है जैसे हमको जिससे निकालना है वो मटेरियल से वो थोड़ा लार्जर साइज में हो। नेक्स्ट मेथड हमने डिस्कस की थी सीविंग। ये सीव मीन्स जो उसे हम हिंदी में चाळणी म्हणतो, जैसे मराठी में उसको चाळणी बोलते हैं। तो दिस इज मेथड्स, ए प्रिंसिपल बिहाइंड द मेथड इज टू रिमूव द अनडिजायरेबल फाइन पार्टिकल्स फ्रॉम the grains and with the help of sieve। तो sieve has many pores, अलग अलग टाइप्स की पोर्स रहते हैं, कुछ एकदम स्मॉल, बिगर, मीडियम साइज। मीन्स आपको जैसे आपको कोई भी चीज़ कितनी मोटी होगी, कितनी बारीक होगी, उसके डिपेंड होती है कि हमने कौन सी sieve यूज़ करनी चाहिए। तो बिगर पार्टिकल आर लेफ्ट बिहाइंड इट and it can be of any material such as plastic or metals। तो ये यूज़ होता है। नेक्स्ट हमने जो प्रोसेस देखी थी सेडिमेंटेशन एंड डिकेंटेशन। तो सेडिमेंट से ही मीन्स नियर अबाउट आपको पता चलता है कि सेटल डाउन है, कोई भी चीज़ को पहले सेटल डाउन किया जाएगा। The sedimentations in simple methods to separate insoluble and heavy particles from the liquid। In this process, the liquid is kept aside, उसको undisturbed रखा जाता है, मीन्स डिस्टर्ब ना हो, जो कि नीचे उसका सेटल डाउन हो। इन दिस डायग्राम यू सी द sedimentation, and after the impurities get settled down completely at the bottom, and this liquid is poured into another beaker, another container without disturbing the settle particles। और उसको धीरे धीरे उसको सेटल किया जाता है। और आफ्टर सेटलमेंट, एक बार जब सेटल हो जाते हैं मटेरियल, उसके बाद उसको अनदर बीकर में, कंटेनर में उसको डाला जाता है और स्लोली डाला जाता है कि उसको डिस्टर्ब नहीं किया जाता, जो हमने पहले सेटल डाउन करके रखा है। तो दिस इज सेडिमेंटेशन एंड डिकेंटेशन। लास्ट फिल्ट्रेशन मीन्स समटाइम जो कि इम्प्योरिटीज इतनी फाइन होती है कि उसको आप अच्छे से निकाल नहीं सकते, तो दैट टाइम फिल्ट्रेशन इज यूज। मीन्स अगर मडी वाटर है तो आप जैसे मडी वाटर है, पहले सेटल डाउन हो गया, उसके बाद इम्प्योरिटीज़ को निकालने के लिए वी यूज़ अ फिल्ट्रेशन। उसको फिल्ट्रेशन के लिए क्लॉथ यूज़ होता है, स्ट्रेनर यूज़ हो सकता है, एवरीथिंग। इन दिस मेथड टू डेफिनेशंस यहाँ पे हम देख सकते हैं। The substance that remain on the filter paper is called the residue। What is meant by? The substance that remain on the filter paper is called residue, and the liquid that flow through द फिल्टर पेपर इज कॉल्ड फिल्ट्रेट. जो बच गया है इट इज कॉल्ड फिल्ट्रेट, एंड जिसको फिल्टर किया द रिमेनिंग जो सब्सटेंस रहते हैं filtration. There are in the filtration filter paper is used, and here we also discuss about the filtration. Two definition is main definitions here. One is residue and filtrate. What is meant by residue? The substance that remain on the filter paper is called residue, and the liquid that flow through the filter paper is called filtrate. Then main point in the evaporation. Evaporation means the process by which liquid is changed into vaporous form. It's called evaporation. And evaporation इट्स टेक प्लेस एट एनी टेम्परेचर. जो भी इवापोरेशन होता है वो कोई भी टेम्परेचर पे हो सकता है. एक बेस्ट एग्जांपल है कि जो हमारे अभी रेनी सीजन है तो दैट टाइम ऑल्सो आवर क्लॉथ्स हैव ड्राई होते हैं. क्यों होते हैं? बिकॉज टेम्परेचर तो बहुत कम रहता है, बट कोई भी टेम्परेचर पे मीन्स इट टेक प्लेस एट एनी टेम्परेचर. तो इवापोरेशन होता है और हमारे जो क्लॉथ्स होते हैं वो ड्राई होते हैं. अभी उसका जो फास्ट, अगर आपको इवापोरेशन फास्ट करना है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? इवापोरेशन बिकम्स फास्टर व्हेन हीट इज सप्लाइड टू इट. उसको जो सप्लाई होगा हीट का, तो अगर आपने उसको हीट का सप्लाई दिया तो वो ज़्यादा जल्दी इवापोरेट होगा. इट्स अ बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल है इवापोरेशन टू सेपरेट द सॉल्ट फ्रॉम सी वाटर. मीन्स salt that we commonly add in almost all food items हम यूज़ करते हैं. Where does it come from? ये भी हमने डिस्कस किया था, लेकिन once again we have to repeat it. The sea water contain many salt mix in it. एक ही नहीं रहता, जैसे कि बहुत सारे जो सॉल्ट होते हैं, क्लोराइड है, along with the common salt, and sea water is collected in the shallow pond and allowed to evaporate in sun till water totally dries up. जब तक पूरा पानी नहीं उसमें से ड्राई अप होता तब तक उसे वही पॉन्ड में रखा जाता है. And this way the water evaporate and solid particles of salt are left behind, and this salt is purified to refine and then used as a common salt. Some method of separate solid from a liquid means method है sedimentation. तो सॉलिड इम्प्योरिटीज क्या होगी? द प्रोसेस ऑफ सेटलिंग हेवियर पार्टिकल्स एट द bottom of the container. That time you have to use a sedimentation. Then decantation, the process of transferring the supernatant liquid by gently pouring into another containers. में उसको आपको धीरे धीरे डालना है. Then filtration, the process of separating the undesirable material from the mixture by passing through a filter paper. Evaporation, the process of separating the solute from the mixture by boiling. मीन्स उसको बॉईल किया जाता है और उसमें से जो भी इम्प्योरिटीज़ है वो नीचे रहेगी और जो वाटर होगा वो इवापोरेट होगा, यानी वाटर वेपर्स में कन्वर्ट होगा और सेपरेट हो जाएगा इम्प्योरिटीज से. Here are some main points of this lesson. Clean grain has higher value than grain that is mixed with impurity. The process of separating grains from harvested crop stalks is called threshing. The process of removal of chaff from grain is called winnowing. Hand picking is very old methods used even at home to clean the grains. Sieving is the removal of undesirable particles from coarse grain with the help of sieve. These are the main points of this lesson. And now we will see the exercise of this lesson. Filling the blanks. The tractor threshing is common because it saves time and labor. Second, the chaff collected after the winnowing is used as fodder. Third, the sieving has many holes that allow the smaller particles to pass through. Fourth, filtration is done by passing the mixture through a filter paper. Evaporation is the process of separating the solute from mixture by boiling. तो फिर से एक बार रिपीट करते हैं. फर्स्ट फिलिंग द ब्लैंक्स, टाइम एंड लेबर. सेकेंड फिलिंग द ब्लैंक्स, fodder. Third, sieving. Fourth, filling the blanks, filtration. And fifth is evaporation. Then B, mention the true or false. Cleaning of grain is important as it helps to remove desirable substances. False. Winnowing makes the chaff to blow away. Is true. Threshing can be used to remove stones and pebbles from sand. False. Supernatant layer is a relatively clear layer of liquid above the sediments. True. Fifth, it is advised to eat alternated food. False. C. Choose the correct answer. Clean of grains is important because it is option is D, all of these. Next, second, after harvesting the crops, wheat or rice are obtained into the form of stalks. Third, threshing is done to separate the grains. Fourth, which method will you use to separate insoluble heavy particles for the liquid? Sedimentation. Fifth, which of the following will you use to remove the undesirable very fine particles from coarse grain sieve? 6. For sedimentation, it is advisable to keep the liquid undisturbed. Which of the following methods is used to obtain salt from seawater? Evaporation. Then answer the following question in one word. Name the method used to separate grains from chaff. Winnowing. What is the clear liquid obtained after sedimentation called? Supernatant layer. What is the substance that remain on the filter paper called? Residue. Fourth, can a mixture of chalk and water be separate from sedimentations and decantation? Yes. Fifth, which method is used to change liquid into vaporous form? Evaporation. These are the answer of one word questions. Now question number E. Answer the following question in one or two sentences. First, how is the threshing of rice crop done? The rice stalk are beaten on rock or any hard surface. Second method है done by with animals. Third है mechanics threshing are used. Fourth, with the help of tractor threshing. These are the methods the threshing of rice crop done. What is the principle behind the process of winnowing? Winnowing is based on a property that lighter solid particles can be easily separated from heavier solid particles in the presence of blowing air. Explain sedimentation. Sedimentation is a simple method to separate insoluble and heavy particles from a liquid. In this method, the liquid is kept aside undisturbed for some time so that the heavy particles settle down at the bottom of container. This is the sedimentation. Define the hand picking. Give an example of hand picking. तो fourth question answer उसका unwanted substance such as piece of stones in rice or dal are separated by hand picking. Example है, this method is used in coal mines to separate small pebbles from coal. Fifth, how can the process of evaporation be made faster? Evaporation becomes faster when heat is supplied to it. Thank you.
Kevin and Tina are on a road trip with their parents. This lesson is about various methods of separation. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain the reasons for separating substances. You will also be able to describe the methods of separation of substances such as hand-picking, threshing, winnowing, and sieving.
Looks like we have a problem with the car. The engine is overheated. Don't know why. I'll have to get a mechanic.
Hey, Tina, look. We have stopped right near someone's farmland. I wonder if we can take a walk and see it up close. Dad, can we go up to those huts and take a look at this farm while you fix the car?
Okay, but be careful and don't go too far. Your mom and I will keep an eye on you both from here.
Hello, who are you?
Our car has broken down nearby, but our dad is working on it. We just came by to take a look at your farm. Would you mind?
Not at all. In fact, I can show you around if you're interested. Let me just finish cleaning these grains.
Cleaning the grains? How do you do that?
Well, I'm just picking out the impurities in these grains by hand. The grains are quite big in size, and the amount of grain that I need to clean is not much. So I can do that quite easily. Hand-picking allows me to separate the good grains from the waste and impurities, so that I have clean dal to cook for dinner tonight.
Hand-picking is the basic method for separation of substances. It involves simply picking out substances by hand and separating them from others. The substances being separated may be impurities that have to be thrown away, like in this case. Or it may be that both the substances being separated are useful, such as if you separate green grapes from black ones from a mixture of the two.
I'm done hand-picking these grains. Let's take a walk around the farm now. As you can see, these are wheat fields. The wheat is ready for harvest now. Look, there's my husband.
What is he doing?
He's threshing some of the wheat that has been harvested and dried.
Threshing? What's that?
Yes. Once the wheat has been harvested, the stalks are dried. Then, each grain of wheat has to be separated from the stalks to which it's attached, so that it can be ground into flour. This method of separating the grain from the stalk is called threshing. It's basically the beating of these dry stalks to shake off the dried grains. It can be done by hand, by cattle, or by using machines. Traditionally, threshing was done by hand, but the cattle helped do this job quickly. Nowadays, threshing machines are also used to separate large quantities of grain at a time. We have one of these machines. It's called a combine harvester. You can see it there in the distance.
This is a smart way to separate grain from stalk. Imagine how long this would take if the grain had to be hand-picked off the stalks.
So, once the wheat has been threshed, all that's left to do is grind it into wheat flour, right?
Not quite. There is another step before that. You see, even though the large stalks can be separated from the grains by threshing, the wheat grains still have dried husk and chaff, which has to be separated and thrown away before the wheat can be ground.
But can that be done by hand-picking?
No, it would be too difficult and would take too much time. Instead, we use a method called winnowing. Let me show you. In this basket, I have some wheat grains that are still mixed with their husk. Watch what happens now.
The husk is blowing away.
That's right. The husk is much lighter than the grain. So when I shake it gently and let it drop to the ground, only the wheat grains collect here, while the husk blows away.
Wow! That's a neat way of separating wheat from husk.
So, do you sell the grains in the market once they have been cleaned?
Yes, sometimes. However, we also have a grinding unit on our farm. So we're able to sell finished wheat flour or atta in the market. This is our small wheat grinding machine. Cleaned wheat grains are poured in from the top of the machine. The machine grinds the wheat into a fine powder or flour, which comes out from this opening and collects at the bottom in these large bags.
And then this flour is packaged and taken away to sell in the market?
Not right away. There is one final step that needs to be completed before it can be sold. You see, this machine grinds the wheat quite well, but there are still some thicker pieces or granules in the flour that need to be separated and thrown away. This is called the wheat bran. Can you guess how this is separated from the wheat flour?
Well, it can't be winnowing since we don't want the flour to blow away in the wind.
That's right. Instead, the method we use to separate this is called sieving. Sieving is a method of separating substances that are of different sizes. For example, this wheat flour has some fine powdered wheat as well as some bigger impurities. When I put this through a sieve, the fine powder falls through the small holes in the sieve, while the thicker impurities remain as they are too big for these holes. And hence, the substances are separated. Once the wheat has been sieved, it is packaged and is ready to be sold in the market.
I didn't know so many steps have to be completed before we got to eat our rotis. Harvesting, threshing, winnowing, grinding, and sieving.
In this lesson, you learnt about various methods of separation. Now, you should be able to explain the reasons for separating substances. You will also be able to describe the methods for separation of substances, such as hand-picking, threshing, winnowing, and sieving.
Introduction. After heavy rain, the potholes were filled with muddy water. Jack, a 12-year-old inquisitive boy, tried separating the mud from water. Let us see, did he succeed in his project of getting clean water? Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to describe the technique of sedimentation and decantation, describe the technique of filtration, describe the technique of evaporation and condensation, understand the dissolving property of water, differentiate between saturated and unsaturated solutions. Jack filled a beaker with muddy water and left it undisturbed for some time. After some time, he was surprised to see the beaker. Let us also look to find the reason for his surprise. The beaker had clear water. Mud, being heavy, had settled down at the bottom of the beaker, while the water formed the upper layer. This process of deposition of mud at the bottom of beaker is called sedimentation, and the layer of mud is called the sediment. Jack separated the upper layer of water from the mixture by gently pouring the clear water into another beaker without disturbing the sediment. This process of separation of a liquid from the sediment is called decantation. Similarly, there are other separation methods too. Let us discover them in this module. Children, after preparing tea, this tea stall owner pours the mixture into the tea strainer. The tea passes through the holes of tea strainer, leaving behind the tea leaves in it. This process of separation is known as filtration. Filtration, however, cannot remove the solid substances dissolved in a liquid. Sometimes fine particles of the solid component pass through the strainer that is used as the medium for filtration. In such a situation, filter paper is used. A filter paper is a special paper which has millions of tiny holes in it. While the liquid can pass through these holes, the solid particles remain on the filter paper. The liquid which passes through the filter paper is called the filtrate. The solid particles that are left behind the filter paper are called the residue. Let us do a workout. If you are given a mixture containing water, sand, and salt, how will you separate the three components from one another? You will leave the mixture undisturbed for a while to separate sand. Sand, which is heavy and insoluble in water, settles down at the bottom of container. The mixture is then separated by decantation to get sand. Now, as salt, being soluble, is completely dissolved in water. This is done through evaporation and condensation. Let us look what we mean by these two terms. When we have a mixture of salt in water to separate, we take the solution in a kettle and cover it with a lid. Now gently heat the kettle for some time. Heating transforms water into vapor that escapes from the spout of kettle. Continue heating till all the water gets converted into vapor and only salt is left behind in the kettle. Thus, salt dissolved in water can be separated from the water through this process. This process of conversion of water into vapor by heating is called evaporation. In order to obtain the water while heating the salt water, hold a plate containing ice just above the spout of the kettle. When the steam escaping through the spout comes in contact with the plate containing ice, it condenses and forms water. This process gives us back the water. This process of conversion of water vapor into water is called condensation. Water is a universal solvent. It dissolves many things, but there are certain items that do not dissolve in water. Collect sand, milk, lemon juice, and wax. Also take some sugar and salt. Try to dissolve these materials in water separately. Make a table of your observations. Compare your observation table with the table shown on screen. Let us now do another workout. Take a beaker and dissolve some amount of salt in it. Go on adding salt to the solution. As long as the salt is dissolved in water, the solution is an unsaturated solution. But a stage will soon come when you will not be able to dissolve more salt in the solution. At this stage, the solution becomes saturated. Thus, a solution is said to be saturated if it cannot dissolve any more quantity of the given substance in it. Add a small quantity of salt to a saturated solution and heat it. What happens to the undissolved salt at the bottom of the beaker? Yes, it starts dissolving in the solution. Let this hot solution cool. Does the salt reappear to settle at the bottom of the beaker again? Yes, it does. Students, this activity shows that you can dissolve a large quantity of salt in water by heating. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. Sedimentation is the process by which the insoluble heavy particles in a liquid are allowed to settle down. Decantation is the process by which a clear liquid obtained after sedimentation is transferred into another container without disturbing the settled particles. Filtration is the process of separating an insoluble solid component of a mixture from its liquid component by passing the mixture through a filter. The process of conversion of water into vapor by heating is called evaporation. The process of conversion of water vapor into water is called condensation. A solution which can dissolve more quantity of a given substance in it is called an unsaturated solution, whereas a solution which cannot do so is said to be saturated.